Hi, guys. Today we are going to talk about planning a party. Let me just share my screen. Oh, maybe. All right. You guys ready? We'll talk about party planning. If it'll load. All right. Here we go. So, to start off, we're going to start with a video. In this video, some of you guys, I don't know if you have seen Sleeping Beauty. It is one of the older ones, but the fairies are planning Aurora's birthday party. Now just watch them and see if you think that they know what they're doing.
I wonder if she's
Go on. Oh, no. No magic. But the 16 years are almost over. We're taking no chances. But I've never baked a fancy cake. Oh, you won't have to, dear. I'm going to bake the cake. You? Oh, she's always wanted to, dear. And this is her last chance. Well, I'm going to make it 15 layers with pink and blue forget-me-not. And I'm making the dress. But you can't sew, and she's never cooked. Oh, it's simple. All you do is follow the book. Up here, dear. You can be the dummy. Well, I still say we ought to use magic. Flour, 3 cups. Cups. What? It's pink. Oh, lovely shade, isn't it? But I wanted it blue. Now, dear, we decided pink was our color. You decided? To a fold in gently. Fold? Oh, well. It looks awful. That's because it's on you, dear. Oh, gracious, how that child has grown. Oh, it seems only yesterday we brought her here.
All right, we're going to stop it right there. If it'll let me get out. Okay. So I stopped it because obviously they're planning a party and it kind of ends right there. Does it seem like they know what they're doing? She just folded in eggs without cracking them open. Ugh. So, we are going to talk about party planning so we know what we're doing. Okay, so we don't make mistakes like folding unbroken eggs into baking or baking a cake. So, let's talk about when or why we have parties. So, first, one of our options is birthday parties, right? We like having birthday parties. I want you to keep thinking, what about holidays? What's coming up? What holiday is coming up? That's right, Thanksgiving, right? And sometimes we just like to have parties to have a party. But we for sure right now, we're going to talk about having a party for Thanksgiving. Okay? So, Thanksgiving, and what is the holiday that comes up after Thanksgiving? Right, it's Christmas. So we'll be having some parties within the next couple of weeks, and so we want to make sure that we're doing this correctly. Which I got ahead of myself. I usually do that, right, Chase? So, the holidays are coming up, and we should plan a party. The first holiday is Thanksgiving, so keep that in mind as we're talking about this. So, like most things, there are steps to planning a party. We need to make sure that we're doing this right. So I'm going to go over the steps to planning a party in this lesson. And then the next couple of lessons, we're going to work on planning our own party. You ready for this? Okay. So step 1, location, or where we're having our party. So where you're having the party will make the difference on how many people can come, what activities you can do, and just other things. So you can have a party indoors, outdoors, at your house, at a friend or relative's house, a restaurant. It just depends on the season. So in this season right now, do you think we should have a party indoors or outdoors? I hope you said indoors because it's starting to get colder. So we should be having our parties inside. Okay. Step 2 is we need to choose a day and a time. So you have to pick a day when most people you would like to invite will be able to make it. So you can usually ask your friends. You can pick a date and say, will this work for you? And if so, then plan it. So you need to schedule that day. Pretty easy, right? So with a party for Thanksgiving, we need to plan, so keep this in mind, we need to plan a day within these next 2 weeks. Okay? So be thinking about that. Next up, this one's fun, is make invitations. You guys are good at this one. So you need to make a list of people that you would like to come to your party. And you be sure, so on your invitation, so you make a list of people that you need to invite on your invitation. You include what the party is for. So if it's for Thanksgiving, you title it Thanksgiving. Or I think we usually call ours Thanksgiving Feast, so that can help. You'll have the date, so what day it's on, and the time, and where it's at, okay? And then our invitation should be sent out at least a week or 2 before the day of the party. So we might have to get going on our invitations here soon. Next, you have to plan for the food, right? What are you going to eat during your party? Is it going to be a party that you're going to have a whole dinner for? Or is it going to be a party that you just have desserts, or that you just have little finger foods? Think about a party that you've been to and what has been your favorite food at that party. Kind of fun to think about, right? I think my favorite is when there's little finger foods like appetizers, dips. That's my thing. I really like that stuff. Okay, next step is to plan the activities. So is this going to be a dance party? Or are you going to play games? If you're going to play games, what games are you going to play? So this is basically where we just decide what we're going to do at our party. Next step is making decorations. So depending on the party that you are planning, if it's a Halloween party, we would have Halloween decorations, right? If it's a Christmas party, we'll have Christmas decorations. If it's a birthday party, we'll probably have something more birthday-ish, some party hats, streamers, balloons, right? So whatever party you're having, you need to make decorations for. This party down here, it looks like that they had like a Hawaiian party. Kind of fun. Step 7. So there's 2 more steps here. So the other steps are us planning the party, right? We're finding the location, setting the date and time, making invitations, the food, and the decorations. And now, step 7 is when it's the day of the party and we have to set up. So we go to where the party's at and we put the food out and put up all the decorations. Get ready for everybody to come. And step 8 is just to have your party. You have a great time. Party. Easy, right? So I went over those steps super quickly. We're going to go over each step within these next couple of weeks on its own while we create our own party. So we're going to plan our Thanksgiving feast. We've done this every year. We usually do this for the teachers. However, this year, I think we should do it for a class that has included us in a lot of things. So I want you guys to think, if you still want to do teachers, that's okay. But I also think that maybe we should do it for Miss Padlock's class instead. So I actually want you guys to click on answer which one you would like to do it for, the teachers or Miss Padlock's class. Then whoever we've decided, the whole class has decided, we'll start making invitations. But before we make invitations, we need to decide where we're going to have this party. So think about in our school where we should have this party. And then we'll start making invitations. I'm excited to get started in this party planning business with you guys. So again, this is just our overview. I went over all the steps with you. And within these next 2 weeks, we're going to dive really into these steps where we're going to practice this. Kind of cool, huh? All right, here we go.